Hey guys, welcome to Queen Airbender Tarot. Today we are going to do your weekly collective reading. Now keep in mind it's a general reading, which means it cannot possibly apply to every single person that is watching. But if you would like a personal reading, all of the information will be pinned in the comment section below. In case you are new to the channel, welcome, come on in. And in case you're returning, thank you for joining me again today. And I hope that you guys are doing well. Now, Spirit has advised me not to put time frames. So usually I'll say the beginning, the middle, the end of the month or whatever time frame I'm doing the reading for. But I was advised that, in the spirit realm, there is no such thing as timing, right? So I am doing this in the month of January, 2026. But I'm not going to put timing on it because whenever you get this message, it's for you. If you cross paths with that message at a certain time, that's when you're supposed to get the message, regardless of when I publish it. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. Another thing I want to put out there that I heard with this energy, a lot of you all, you peep something in somebody. You notice a specific thing about something. You always had an eyebrow raised to a certain person or a situation, but I feel like specifically a person. And it's like they could get over on everybody but you. Like you see through people, or at least you see through this person. Okay. Following that, the song that I heard was Angel in Disguise by Brandy. Miss Brandy is an Aquarius. Aquarius season is January, February time frame. Of course, we're already in January, so this may come out, like a truth may come out in Aquarius season. This also could be, involving an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus individual. But I'm feeling more so time frames because it feels like things are developing as we speak. Like more and more things just keep coming to the surface, more information, more details, some secrets being revealed, or you may be in this person's presence again and it's just like you can't hold back. You keep feeling something that just seems off about this individual. I keep getting that. So again, the name of the song is Angel in Disguise in case you want to listen to it. But let me tell you, what I heard is that whoever this person is, they're attempting to pull the wool over somebody's eyes. But all they really gonna do is reveal that they are a wolf in sheep's skin. That's what I'm hearing. But you can feel it. You can feel something is off. And I got a couple different scenarios. And again, put it where it applies. It may not apply to everyone, but I'm just going to put it out there. I got one scenario where someone is like, say for instance, you have a best friend or something and they're dating someone new. You can feel, whether it's male or female, you can feel something is off about that person's new love interest. It's just something, you know how you have this eerie feeling, you can't quite put your finger on it, but you just know it's not right. And you know it's not right because you don't feel like that about everybody. Why would you just feel weird about a complete stranger? That's weird. It's because something is weird with their energy. You're feeling the truth. Because here's the things about like when you start dating, it's lies and butterflies. You know what I mean? You get when you go through that butterfly phase, you can't even feel the lies. You can't even feel and pick up on the discernment because the butterflies are moving around so much that you can't sense the truth about a situation. I'm also getting as far as workplace situations, you're being told that this job entails one thing, but you're going to find out that it's another. I'm getting that also. And then I'm also, and this is very specific, but I'm also getting like, if you have children with someone, they are dating someone new now, and everybody, you feel a way about this person. It's just something about this person. Again, it's rubbing you the wrong way. And people love to so quickly throw out there like, oh, you just hating because they moved on. It's not hate at all. What you are feeling is accurate. Like if you feel like you don't trust this person around your children, you better listen to that. Because what do they say? God protects children and fools. If you got that sense of feeling like something is off, that's God, the Most High, whatever you resonate with spiritually, that's saying, hey, watch this one. Watch this one because they come off one way, just like the name of the song, Angel in Disguise. If you think about angels, you think about purity. You think about someone who's gentle, kind, lighthearted, has a beautiful heart, even comes off looking a certain way. Whenever you see photos and depictions of angels, they always have this beautiful, elegant, just calm type of energy about them. But if they're an angel in disguise, it's all a facade. I'm getting like this person can come off looking a certain way, but you can feel, I feel like in this time, feelings is going to be a great thing for a lot of us. Our gifts of discernment is evolving. It's evolving. So regardless of what a person looks like or regardless of what a person does on the outside, you can sense something and don't let this morph into paranoia. That's not what we're trying to do here. What we're trying to do here is if this resonates with you, then you've already been feeling it before you heard this message. So this is nothing more than confirmation. there's somebody in your immediate life that, or in your environment, or people that you're close to that you would still be impacted with, that is not who they come off to be. And you have always pegged it. Or if, let's say this also, if you find out that your friend or loved one, they start dating somebody new in Aquarius, this is the person we talk about, y'all. Keep your antennas up. If your ex or someone that you have children with, starts dating someone new, or they want to introduce your children to someone new in Aquarius season, again, January, February time frame, keep your antennas up. I'm not saying go out here and start acting crazy. That's not your role. You don't have to do anything extra. Just keep your antennas up. In other words, like if you have small children, ask your child, like, hey, how was your week with daddy or mommy, or how was it, and what did you do? And, just typical things that I think you would ask anyway, because they're your children. You communicate with them, know that they're safe, and then just get a feel for, some things, keywords and things, just to make sure that the children are safe. There's no odd energy, or they're not being exposed to anything weird. Because I'm just getting like, on the outside, you know how couples get on social media and they're always smiling, they're taking these happy pictures, and they're so, they look like couples goals. And then behind closed doors, there's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of arguments, possibly even physical fighting, just ridiculous stuff. But you would never see that, because if you're in disguise, they see the angel, not the devil. You know what I mean? Like, that's what somebody is trying to project. I definitely feel like for a lot of you all, somebody's dating someone and they're getting lost in that person. Either someone that you have children with, or a close family member or friend, someone that you're like this with, like you guys talk about everything. I'm also seeing like all of a sudden when this person starts dealing with this individual we're talking about, now they're pulling back. They're not communicating with anyone. They're not connecting with anyone anymore, because they are caught up in this person's web. But you either see through it now, or when this comes up, because like I said, it can come up in Aquarius season, you're going to see through this person immediately. Okay. So speaking of which, our spirit animal, because when I was hearing a part about, this person's trying to pull the wool over people's shoulders, but they are over their eyes, but they're really a wolf in sheepskin. We got the sheep, okay, the sheep spirit animal. So the sheep spirit animal talks about innocence, gentleness, purity, and vulnerability. Again, they come off as innocent, they come off as gentle, they come off as pure, but they play on people's vulnerability. This made me think, I can't think of her name. I feel like her name is Shalea. I seen her on Instagram a while ago, and I'm not bashing her. Do what you do. I believe her name is Shalea. I don't know what her last name is, but she's like an ambassador, if you will, of the soft girl era type of thing. And she always tells women about how they should act in order to get a specific love interest. And she teaches courses and classes and things like that on it. And it just made me think, like, maybe this person is like that. Like, they know how to manipulate energy so that they can get what they want. You know what I mean? They know how to play a certain role, but deep down inside, they're not really the person that they come off to be. Again, I'm not shading this woman, because I don't want anyone to think that. She just came to my mind for some reason. So somebody's first, middle, or last name may start with an S. There could be some interracial dating, because she's big on that also. Again, no shade. I'm not saying that. I'm just putting something out there just in case someone out there knows who I'm talking about. But I just thought about her for some reason. So it could be something like that as well. So let's talk about some names. First, middle, last name, street name, business names, and locations. Put it where it applies. If it don't apply, let it fly. And if it doesn't apply, it does not mean it's not your message. Those details just may not resonate for you. So we have Rodney, Skyway, Clarence, Todd, Shelby, O'Neill, Oriel, Watson, Legend, Kelly, Christy, Desmond, Malia, Tyra, Ariana, Gabrielle, and Wade. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And I didn't even notice when I wrote those down. When I write certain things down, it's automatic writing. Whatever comes out, I just write it down. But when the last two, Gabrielle and Wade, I promise you, I didn't even think about it. But Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, I've always felt like they had something very unnatural with them too. And I'm thinking about them like angel in disguise type of thing. It's something with that also. I won't get too much into it, but for some reason that just caught my attention. Oh, okay, that's why. It could be, like I said, behind closed doors, situations are completely different. Somebody may be using a relationship to cover up the truth about their real lifestyle. Somebody may be finding out about, because, yeah, okay, I won't get too much into that, but You take from it what you want to. Because again, it's never my intention to be offensive to anybody. You know, do what you do, live how you live. No, it's nobody's business what anyone else does, but I'm just picking up the energy. So currently at the bottom of the deck, you have the Strength card. Major Arcana, Leo. There could be a Leo involved in a situation somewhere. But here's the thing about the Strength card. He's a lion. She's a woman. If you see she has him on the chain, which means she has tamed the beast. I'm going to say again, remember I was talking about earlier, like how this person all of a sudden may fall back from, if you talk to this person every single day, all of a sudden the communication is dwindling because they're being controlled or they're allowing themselves to be submissive to a situation. And it's like, I'm getting energy of like this person's losing themselves to a connection, and that could be the first sign that something is not right. Because here's the thing, if you love someone, like genuinely love someone, you want people to connect with their family and friends, because guess what, that's people that they love. So why wouldn't you want, you know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. If you love this person, you will want them to be in good place, good standings with their family and friends, if there's healthy relationships there. So why would all of a sudden would you not want this person to talk to their family and friends? That means that's control. And that's the number one sign of somebody who is a manipulator. Because, you know, disguises are to manipulate an image, right? So it's something here, y'all. Look, as soon as I power the first card, the Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy. Let me tell you, when the Tower comes crashing down, it's going to expose what was up on all those bricks. Brick by brick, things are getting exposed. He's nude here. Nudity talks about vulnerability. It talks about getting exposed. Somebody going to get exposed. Somebody could, like I said, be an Aries or a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, individual, your friend, your loved one, your ex, the new person that they're dealing with, somebody. I don't feel like this is going to happen to you all. I feel like this is something in your environment, but it affects you because you can see it. And for a lot of y'all, you may be like, okay, I don't know how to approach this situation. I don't know how to, you know, what do I say? Because I love this person, so I can't just sit back and not say anything because something just isn't right. Some of y'all will feel like going into protective mode, but then you also want to be respectful. I'm getting that as well. Back to, y'all watch how many cards I shuffle and you back to that Tower. They can get exposed. That's a major arcana, is definite. They're getting exposed. Let's see what's at the back of the deck. Ooh, can I be done with the reading, y'all? Can the queen be done? Look here, you got the goddamn Tower and you got a goddamn liar. Seven of Swords, liar, cheater, manipulator, sneak, conniver. This person ain't even just a liar. They are conniving. You know how conniving you got to be called conniving? I've never heard, except for when I was a child, like when the elders would get angry, they'd be like, you know, that's just conniving and trifling. To be called conniving or trifling, you are exactly what they say you are. To get the Tower, and look, they're facing each other. It didn't come like this where their backs away from each other, like, okay, it's drama, but you're walking away from it. Hell no. They're going towards each other, which means this energy is one and the same, okay? This person think they are slick as a fox, and for the longest they have been. You guys are watching what I'm doing here. I'm telling you right now, something ain't right with this person, and if you've been feeling it, you are absolutely correct, and the shit will hit the fan soon, very soon. You see this a lot of time in like unhealthy relationships where people get in these relationships and they just so in love so fast and they give away their free will. That's what you get with this. This person may have a 7 in their birth date, the 7th, the 17th, the 27th, life path number 7, or their birth month could be July. Okay, let's get into it now. We want the sun, we want the moon, the card that comes before and the card that comes after, and then clarifiers for our collective reading. Tell me right now, somebody giving up their power because they feel like they in love. I had a girlfriend like that who did that, and I stopped talking to her, not because I didn't care for her as a friend, but I knew once he was able to control that whole narrative, you wouldn't be able to be friends with that person either way. And then you can't fight for people who don't have self-esteem for themselves. I had to pull back because she was being abused. It was crazy. She would come around with bruises, and then when we would confront it, she would get mad at us, not the person that abused her. And that's when I knew, I was like, I can't entertain that because it won't go anywhere. So you have the 6 of Cups. You have the Sun. You have the Queen of Swords. Oh, that's crazy. I knew it. Did you guys see how slow I was moving? I felt they was going to be tied in together. Because, see, here's the thing. We want the card that comes before the Sun and the Moon. And then you got it right here. So that's tied in together. So I was gonna say this earlier, but I didn't want to come off as biased as far as energy, but I feel like it's definitely involving a woman. This woman is giving off siren type of energy. Like they could lure people to get the way, you know, get their way and get things that they want. But let's address this in alignment, and then we'll jump into that. You got the Six of Cups, people that you have history with in this lifetime, past lifetime, also reconciliations. But remember, I said there could be something with children. For some of you all, you are dating someone that you have children with, whether you're a man or a woman, okay? But you got, it's a strong energy for a lot of y'all that if you deal with men, right, and you have a child with this guy, they're dating someone new and she is not to be trusted. Something ain't right with that lady. Look at her. Just really look at her eyes. Look at her energy. It's something, you know, she looks so beautiful and graceful on the outside, but those eyes tell a different story. I tell you all the time, here's one way where you can pick up on people's energy. Don't overthink it. Just, you will get it. I learned how intuitive I was by looking at photos of people. Like I can look, not even trying to, I could look at a photo of somebody and I wouldn't look at their clothes, how they dress, their weight, the eyes are the gateway to the soul. I would look at a person's eyes and I could read everything about that person. Like, oh, this person is insecure, this person this person that. Look at a photo of this person that we're talking about. And if you get the heebie-jeebies, like you feel creeped out, it's because there's something not right about that person. Because I've looked at plenty of pictures of people and they're like, oh, she's stuck up, she's arrogant, she's this, she's that, she's selfish. And I look at that person's eyes and I'm like, no, she's actually not. She's trying to protect herself. She's trying to guard herself because she is so vulnerable. So you can read that type of stuff. Don't look at the outer appearance, because the outer appearance is going to look completely different than what this person is like on the inside. Again, if you have a baby's father, ex-husband, or something like that, and you got children with this person and they're dating somebody new, she's controlling. She's controlling, and she comes off as sweet and all these other things, but I wouldn't leave her ass with my kids. I'm going to tell you that just based off of what I'm picking up. And she could be jealous. And if she's jealous, here's the thing. If she's still jealous of you because you have this connection with this person because of the kids, then the kids could be, you know what I mean? I'm trying to think about a way to say it because I don't want this to be a doomsday ass thing. But you guys know I'm Gemini. I'm blunt. I'm going to be honest with you. My thing, if somebody's jealous of you and you had children with this person, they know that your children will be you and this person's forever bond. Even if when your kids get in their 50s, you guys still have that bond because you created a life together, right? And sometimes people get jealous of that. So I'm not saying like they would do any harm to your child, but hell, I'm not saying that they wouldn't either. But I'm not getting that from this. I'm just picking up more so that stuff like that, you need to know a little bit more about this person. And if this person, if your ex is dating somebody new, it should be one of those things where you guys talk like, hey, if you're going to have my children around somebody, and I feel like that's the biggest message. If you're going to have my children around somebody new, I would like to meet this person. I would like to know who my children are around. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you have a nasty or not so great relationship with this person, I know how difficult that could be to even try to come to that conclusion, but something got to give, because something about this person, I'm telling you, it's just, it's rubbing me the wrong way. So yeah, going back to this, like she was right in front of this. The moon talks about things, hidden things, unknown things you don't have clarity about. That confirms what I was saying. It's something that's unknown about this person that you need to get down to the bottom of, okay? So again, we don't have the card in front, so we'll get the card from the back. What I say? Come on, y'all. You got the Seven of Swords. Liar, cheater, manipulator, sneaker, knife. This person definitely could be in Aquarius. You got Aquarius here. Or you, like I said, you can find something out in Aquarius season. I know what I'm feeling. I felt it very strong. And in the song Angel in Disguise, that's what she's talking about. I'm hearing the part what did she say? She seemed so familiar the day that I met her. But who was she fooling? I knew right then what she was doing. That's the parts that's coming up in my mind right now. Thoughts of suspicion brought to my attention. I fell in her game and I'm so lost. Please stop the rain. So I think I missed up a couple words, but again, that's why I always give you guys the titles to the song so you can listen to it. She's talking about this deceptive woman. It sounds like she's saying to a man, like, you don't see this about her? You don't feel that this something is off with this lady? Okay. You got the moon. You have the Knight of Wands. Knights are either going into battle, coming out of battle, going on some type of journey or adventure. Sagittarius energy. Could be Leo or Aries as well, because it's not a major. But something will hit the fan, I'm telling you. The volcano has erupted. If the volcano has erupted, things will never be the same after that. Right? Because, you know, that can cause destruction, or it could be like some type of situation that takes place where things could go too far. May find out this person has a nasty temper. There's some arguing and fighting, like actual physical. Is if he's going to war, he ain't going to war to just sit in his suit. He's physical. He about to get busy. He about to get with it, right? So that could be a thing also. You got the Four of Swords, pull back, retreat, go within, taking a break. Don't just lay here and rest on it. If you feel something is off, find the appropriate keyword, key phrase, appropriate way to deal with it. Like I said, if you feel uncomfortable, if you just feel this weird feeling, especially when it comes to kids, because I was talking about that earlier, and then you got these kids here. And this is the only card in the whole entire deck that has these children like that. Especially if it's something involving your kids, speak up. Don't just lay back and let the feelings linger. You got to address that, friend. Also, if this is your loved one, your friend, something with work, I'm not really getting much stuff with work. Earlier on, I got something with work where they could be, lying about the title. And then they treat you like a workhorse, give you all these extra delegations, but that's not the bigger message. This is more so personal stuff in your life and loved ones. If this is a family, best friend, somebody that you're cool with, and all of a sudden they're acting weird and things like that, and they're falling back because they're obsessively in this relationship now, that's different. Children, you have some say-so over. With adults, they're adults. So you have to find a way to communicate your concerns without seeming like you're trying to incite war, without it seeming like you're trying to be combative or something like that. So let's go ahead. We're going to start with the moon, and then we'll get the cards for the sun. You have the Lovers. I'm telling you, it's for a lot of y'all, it's definitely having something to do with a situation in regards to love. Here's the thing that's getting me about this, because I've been saying for the longest, some of y'all are feeling doubtful about this person. You see how he's looking at her, but she's looking up at the angel. Like, what do I do? And then right behind her, she has that snake. This is that Adam and Eve and that snake that's tempting her. Remember that I said the name of the song is Angel in the Skies. You got the angel right here, but this snake represented what? The devil. You get what I'm saying here? Gemini energy with the Lovers. Nine of Pentacles, single woman, single man. Here's the thing also, every time somebody speaks about something, the people will be close to say, like really quick to say like, oh, they just jealous and that's why they're single. That's why you ain't got no man. That's why you ain't got nobody because you jealous. No, a lot of people ain't single because they can't get nobody. They single because they don't want to play into shit like this because they can see through people. I always tell people, telling somebody, that's why you ain't got no man. That ain't no insult. I'm really quick to tell somebody like, that's why you ain't got no man. No, that's why a man ain't got me, because I see through stuff like that. I don't just get into a relationship so that you can say that you have a relationship. That's not healthy. You an eyeball to think that that's a flex. That's definitely not a flex. That's anti-flex. Hell. Oh, and see, these cards want to flip down, but this is the front. This is in the very front. The Chariot. Cancerian energy. Chariot is your divine vehicle, moving forward in reverse. Something is not moving in a direction that people want it to look like it is. Then you have the Page of Pentacles in reverse because the cards want to flip out. So this one to be seen. Can't be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You see how he's holding up the pentacle? It's like either he's observing it, getting ready to offer, or he's accepting. This is like whatever this person is offering as far as who they are is not accurate. Something, you can't take it at face value. Oh, wow. And I never said that with this card. The pentacle is at his face and pentacles hold value. You can't take this person at face value. Bam. I mean, come on, y'all. Let's get a clarifier for this Seven of Swords. Universal energies of light, love, and divine. They're not this knight in shining armor who's going to come in and sweep this person off their feet. They may have swept this person off their feet, but they are not what people think they are. Right, that's your knight or princess shining armor. There's this romanticism surrounding this person coming in to save you from singlehood or save you from your past exes who didn't do you right. It's in reverse. Hell, they ain't no better. They ain't no damn better. So this is confirmation that somebody's going to find out. Well, I feel like you guys have always seen like, this will not turn out well. You know what this is making me think about? And I hate it, but it's so congested in social media. The Papoose and Clarissa Shields thing. I'm starting a segment where I want to do like social readings on social topics and stuff like that, but I only do it once a week, so possibly on Saturdays. I might do a reading about them because it's interesting, but it just made me think about that. Like, also, I feel like with this energy, off topic, away from that, back to the reading now, I feel like even your friend or your ex knows that this person is not this knight or princess shining armor, but they're still going along with it because they gain something from it somehow. Like this person may be really attractive, so they like the arm candy, or this person has a really good job, or they have, they have some type of stability or notoriety, because a queen, she's very well off. Okay. She comes from royalty. So this person may have something that your friend or loved one or your ex, it makes them look good, so they stick around even though they know that they're not happy in that situation. They know something is weird. It's just something off with this person. It's something very off with this person, but I feel like this person is in denial about it. They're trying to play it off like everything's okay when it's not. Just put it up here so you guys can see the cards. Something ain't right with this person. Bottom of the deck, judgment card. Your judgment is right. What you feel about this person, your judgment is right. So don't even doubt it. Don't feel like, well, maybe I'm overthinking things. No, you're not, because everything we just seen here so far is confirming it. Let's get a clarifier. And also, here's the thing. You got a knight here. His face shield is up so you can see his face. Can't see this person's face, aka angel in disguise. The disguise, this person is hiding who they truly are under many layers. Let's get a clarifier for that Knight of Wands. Universal energies. Okay, flipped up again. Once again. Yep, and then look at that. Six of Wands in reverse. Success, attainment, achievement, victories in reverse. This person isn't who they say they are, and I also feel like this relationship is not what people want to promote it to be either. Okay. Strength, confirmation. What card did we start off with in this deck? Did we not start off with this? The one who had the chain around the lion's throat? Told ya. Told ya. So, and you see how she's holding that lion's mouth like she's controlling him. And remember I was talking about earlier also how this all going to start. You're going to see things changing with this person when all of a sudden the communication is off. Best friend, family member, loved one. When they start stopping with their communication, it's the influence of this person, because she's influencing this lion. Okay. Also, if you and your ex had a very peaceful co-parenting relationship, or it's like you were at least able to do enough to where you guys could work on things with the children, even if it wasn't friendly, it seems like something's going to be different with this person, with the children's or child's other parent now, because they're being controlled. They're being submissive. You got the Eight of Cups, but it came up in reverse. Eight of Cups is walking away from things that are no longer emotionally fulfilling. In reverse, that goes back to what I was saying with this. Some of these people, they already know that this relationship is trash or this connection is trash, but they won't walk away because they want to keep up a facade. They're keeping up some type of BS facade is what I'm getting here. And that's unfortunate, but people do that all the time, especially if they are someone who has status. Again, that's what's making me think about this whole Papoose and Clarissa thing, because they both are doing that. They both are getting something out of that. And I know for a fact, I can see it in the energy. Papoose don't like that lady. I said that same thing with, who was it? Tiana Taylor and what's his name? Oh my God. The guy who plays Mufasa. I can't think of his name off the tip of my tongue. I said that. And people said, oh, that's so negative. She's happy. She's finally in love. And look at them. Quietly behind the scenes, they are no longer dating, no longer. I said it and I picked up the energy. They didn't, their energy wasn't even compatible. I felt that from the get-go, and I knew it, and it's been confirmed. So, yeah, let's get a clarifier for this Six of Cups. That's interesting because we want the Six of Cups, and then you got the Six of Wands. Somebody's birthday could be in June. Someone's birth date could be the 6th, the 16th, the 26th. Someone, and these children look fairly young. If you could have a child that's 6 years old, so this may resonate with you also. You could have been with that ex for 6 years. Getting that as well. Let's get a clarifier for that Six of Cups. Universal energies of light, love, okay? So I'm going to say this again. I feel like there is definitely a female that is like really tricking people. Again, I don't feel like they're tricking you, but they tricking people, and they come off as this just sweet soul and all this other stuff. This person low-key is giving villain energy. But the thing about it is, like, this person is aware. That's why I was giving all the examples, like the lady who I said was teaching women how to be a certain way. Like she studies men, and a man wants a woman who's like this. A man wants a woman who's like that. And if you do this, you can get anything you want from a man. That's how she talks. Again, not bashing her, because there's people out there who agree with that. But that's what she teaches. That's what she promotes. And this person, they're a scholar in that type of knowledge. And just because they play that role, that does not mean that's their true character. That's what I really want to put out here. So you have the Six of Cups, and then you have the five, I'm sorry, I want to say Five of Wands. That's conflicts, arguments, disagreements. So yeah, that can be coming up, some disagreements and arguments because of this situation. But here's the thing I want you to notice. If I put it here on this table like this, okay, and I pick the cards up, first and foremost, a king or queen in reverse has been stripped of their power, stripped of their throne, made to feel small, but they're also not participating and functioning in a capacity that they should. When you hold this up like this, it's like he's turned his back on his children. So for some of you all, they may date somebody new, and then now once this person comes into their life, now all of a sudden they won't pick up the kids every weekend like they used to. They don't do activities with the children or the child like they used to. Or they're not seeing who this person really is because their nose is too wide open. Their nose is too wide open to this new connection. Remember I said earlier, butterflies and lies? Okay. Yeah, and if you look at it, no other card has butterflies in it but this one. And it has it with this father, this king and a queen. You know, the kings and queens will be the mother, father, or the leadership of the household, right? Somebody's getting ready to get with somebody, or they're already dating somebody that everybody sees this person as this, you know, good guy. But it's some stuff. It's more to this person than it appears. Bottom of the deck, Four of Swords, pull back, retreat, go within, taking a break. You're going to have to speak on something because swords, communication, and mental. Somebody going to have to address it. It has to get addressed, okay? Back, okay. I want the back of the deck. And this one came out. Page of Cups. Pages are messengers. Because you have two kids here, for some of you all, a child will complain about something, possibly tell their father that somebody said something. It could be a mother also, put it where it applies, and said that their girlfriend or boyfriend or somebody said something and they don't believe the child. For some reason, they're like, this child is just lying and quick to jump to conclusions. What's interesting also is that you have both of these cards. You know, same card here. A child could be a Sagittarius. This person, your ex, could be a Sagittarius. Because see, Knights are supposed to protect the kingdom, aka protect the family structure. There's a child there. They're not believing what the child has to say. They're not trusting the child, or they're not protecting the child by not having them around someone who may have some type of biases. And stuff like this happens all the time. I'm being honest. I had an auntie who married somebody. She had 2 children prior to marrying this man. And he would go out and buy lavish gifts for the children that they had together. But then her other 2 children, he wouldn't do any of that stuff for them. And I always thought that was very maddening, very sickening. But she got wrapped up into that whole thing. And stuff like that does happen. Unfortunately, people are like that. It may not start off like that in the beginning. But, you know, slowly but surely you start to see stuff about people. Let's get a clarifier for that Queen of Swords. Universal energies of light, love, and divine protection. Universal energies. Okay. 3 of Pentacles. Working, building, establishing things together in reverse. So it's like it's hard to work with your partner now because this person, they want to form a new contract. Like, oh no, you and me are together now, so you're not going to keep moving in the same fashion that you did with your ex. Or somebody may meet someone at work. I'm getting this also. And remember, I did say I got a small bit of information about some work situation at work. You know, when you first initially interview with this person and you work with this person, they seem so cool. Good morning. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, do you need help? So and so, so and so. You may find out that this person was not really being hospitable. They were just trying to keep tabs on you. So when they were popping in, hey, just checking on you, making sure everybody's treating you well, blah, 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 blah. They're not really doing that. They're just trying to keep tabs on you. And they're trying to make sure you don't know that that's what they're doing. Especially if you start a new job. If you start a new job 3 weeks, 3 months ago, that definitely could be the case also. Someone could work on the 3rd floor, unit 3, or something with your workplace has the number 3 in it. With relationships, I'm going to say again, this person, a new person, is a third party. Because especially if it's a couple, like your ex is dating somebody new and you guys have a child or children together, they're the third party, but they're negative third parties. Not all third parties are negative. Some third parties could step in as mediators. You know what I mean? Like people who can help advance the situation in a positive way. Not this one. Bottom of the deck. Hello. You keep getting these. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's mainly a woman that the issue is with, okay? And there's a male who's in denial about it because you keep getting all these kings in reverse. She's upright, which means she has power, she has authority, or it's been given to her, she's taken it in some way. You got all these men who are supposed to be the head of the household. That's what a king is, all in reverse. Which means they're giving up their power. They've relinquished their power. Could be a fire sign, Leo, Sag, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Didn't I say Five of Wands accidentally earlier? There's no such thing as accidents. I said that. Conflicts, arguments, disagreements, because guess what? There's too many people involved. She's a third party. Whoever this person is that they're going to cause conflict in a situation because now they're like, it's giving a vibe of like they're marking their territory. Like, oh, I'm the new, it's a new sheriff in town. And so this is how I want things to go in order for me to feel okay. I don't want you and your ex talking too long. The kids are old enough to have a phone and they can talk to the mother themselves or talk to the father themselves. This person wants to have control. And when people act like that, that's jealousy. So this person is not as confident. That's part of the disguise. Also, they come off as confident. See, again, it's making me think about that whole Clarissa Shield thing where she was posting on, I'm T, body T, this T, that's T. And she was saying all this stuff after Remy Ma had posted something and all the people in the comments were saying, oh, your body T, you look so nice and da-da-da. And then right after that, Clarissa started posting all of these comments about how she's T. And it's like, what is that? So you may even have something like that. And if you all don't know what I'm talking about, please just Google. And it'll be, well, you don't even have to Google. You can put it here on YouTube, Clarissa Shields, Papoose, and Remy Ma drama. You will see 1,000,001 different stories about that because that's all I keep seeing without even trying to. But once you look at a story once, it'll just keep popping up in your feed. But it's making me think about that. You may even have somebody who's competitive with you now. You may have that. And it could be like people don't see it, but oh, it's happening. Especially if you have children with somebody, because like I said, children is an eternal link. Straight up. I don't give a damn how old they are. That's still your link to that person. Because guess what? They got your features and that person's features and stuff like that. Is like, especially like, again, going back to even the Remy Ma thing. That baby look just like Remy Ma. So every time Clarissa sees that little girl, she looking at Remy all over again. Stuff like that would scare me to have a child around somebody who is that jealous of me. I would absolutely be against some stuff like that. Because people do things to children or they act weird when they feel, because people can be in competition with children. Especially when they want to control things. And to have this man in reverse, I don't like it. To have this king in reverse and have this king in reverse, this is someone who's not standing up and not addressing things and not making sure things don't go too far. So, but they're in denial about it. They're acting like it's not a problem. They're not dealing with it appropriately. And that's unfortunate too. That is unfortunate too. So, like I said, with this, there's definitely someone who comes off one way, but they're a completely different person, different way than how they come off is. I feel like a lot of you all see it again, even if you never met the person. Say, for instance, your best friend, like, oh, girl, I just met this guy, and da-da-da-da. And it's just like, oh, okay. And then they start to say things and start talking to you about them, but you're picking up things that this person isn't picking up. I'm like, oh, well, we only talk. I got to get off the phone because, he calls me every night at 8 because that's his break from work and I don't get to talk to him throughout the day. Ding, 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 ding. Red flag, red flag. For you like, wait a minute. So it's 24 hours in a day and you only talk to this person once on a lunch break. You can see through that. But for them, they're not seeing through it because they're so swept up in the enchantment. But for you, without even meeting this person, you already know. You call bullshit already. Again, that's 24 hours in a day. You can only talk to me once and on your lunch break. So what was you doing with the rest of this day? What was you doing with the rest of your time? You know what I'm saying? For you, you're going to be thinking in your head like, sweetheart, that person only calling you because that's when they're away from the other person. Or that person only calling you because it's something else that you don't know about that they don't want to get you hip to. It's a lot of different things that can run through your mind with scenarios like that, right? So that was just an example. But I'm telling you right now, even without meeting this person, when you're talking to a friend or loved one about somebody new that they're dealing with, you're going to get red flags. You're going to pick up on things, just subtle things from what this person is telling you about them it's just not going to sit right with you. But for them, it's going to sit right because they want it to. They're in denial. You know what I mean? So yeah, Thank you guys so very much for watching Queen Airbender Tarot. As always, I'm going to ask that you continue to like, share, subscribe. Please do not forget to click the hype button, as it is very helpful for the channel. It helps the channel grow. It helps the video expand. It's free for you to do so. And I thank you in advance for doing it. And until next time, take care and be well. Bye.